Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So the custom AD-10 scales are finally finished. Now these are all made out of G10. I have purple and Tiffany blue that I use for the color variations. And then I also created different textures for both colors. And as you can see, I have them installed on two of my own personal AD-10s, just so you guys can get an idea of what they're going to look like. But we will start off with the contoured purple. Now with these ones, they're just contoured and just very, very similar to the original. So very comfortable in hand. And one thing I did do on the finish with the contoured ones, I put a circular kind of finish, very, very minute. I don't even think the camera's going to pick it up, but there are some swirl marks in there. It just gives it a different look on the G10. Again, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but if you guys do end up getting these ones, you're going to see some swirl marks in there if you really look close, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Next up, we will go to the Tiffany blue, but this one, I actually decided to do a rock pattern texture, and I'm really, really happy with it. Let's see if I can get the camera without getting it too bright. As you can see, the texture is really, really grippy, very textured. I did soften the harder edges, so it's not going to cut into your fingers, but it is a lot more grippy than the contoured smooth surfaced one. But you can see those really cool, or the grain layers or textures of the G10 when you angle it in the right light. But just really, really happy with how these turned out. And then I left a flat spot for the pocket clip where you have contacts, so it does function in the pocket. Now I didn't do this on the left side or the show side scale. Basically these are any of the scales that have texture on it are going to be made for right hand carry only. But I left some of the scales with the smooth or the contoured areas because I didn't want to leave the left-handed people out, because I know there's lefties out there. So the contoured and smooth surface scales are made for left or right hand carry. Again, just didn't want to leave out the lefties, but the textured ones are only for right. And then I did a purple one or variation with the rock pattern texture. And here you can see, again, that grain of the G10 just looks really, really cool with those layers. And it really pops, almost like carbon fiber, not as intense, but you get the idea. So I did a set of those. And then I decided to do a different style texture. This is a scallop texture. As you can see, these are going at a very sharp angle compared to the rock pattern texture. And with this one, I just want to do something different, kind of challenge myself. And that's why I decided to go rock pattern texture. It's just a lot easier to do this than this. So the angled scallop texture it's a one-off. I only made one of these sets of scales. Again, there's those flat spots for the pocket clip. I also left the pocket clip off of these scales just so I can show you guys the full texture. But the pocket clip fits perfectly on these, just to let you guys know. And if you guys don't know, I do make replacement liners out of G10, which it still functions, it's still strong. But I'm actually going to be doing a video here very soon to see if these G10 liners actually hold up. I'm sure they're not as strong as the aluminum ones, but again, I'm going to do a video on it just to see how they hold up. So with these scallop textured purple G10 scales, I paired them with the green G10 to kind of give it that Joker look. I think it looks really, really good. Again, these liners work just fine. I haven't had any issues. But if you guys are interested in those, I do have those up on the site as well. And also to mention, since I'm talking about the site, these scales are up on the site right now. So if you guys are interested in picking up a set, you can go in the link down below and check out the website, see if you guys see anything else you like. And really quick, I wanted to show you guys the contoured, smooth finish Tiffany blue scales. You can see that layer of the G10. And I paired this version with pink and yellow replacement liners just to see what it was like. And it just kind of reminded me of the Desert Warrior knives that Blade HQ releases every now and then. So I figured I'd get creative and just try it out. This is on the AD-10 Lite. So if you guys are curious to know if these scales work on the light. They do function on the light. So just wanted to share that information with you guys. But here it is. Again, I think it looks interesting with those liners, but again, just messing around. And again, it functions beautifully. So again, if you guys are interested in picking up a set of these scales, they are up on the site. Also, just want to let you guys know that I have 4 sets of the purple and 2 sets of the Tiffany blue. One Tiffany blue has the rock pattern texture and then the contoured smooth surface. Then I have 2 of the contoured smooth surface and purple. One with the diagonal scallop texture and then one with the rock pattern texture. Now I do need your guys' input or help with a question I wanted to ask you guys. So I have 2 sets left over. These are unfinished. I haven't done anything with them yet. I was thinking of doing a kind of a DIY scale purchase on my website where you guys can pick up the unfinished. I'll create it to the thickness, required thickness of the original scale, and finish the edges, and basically allow you guys to kind of do your own texture or style or variation, whichever you please, especially if you're a person who likes to create or just do stuff on the weekend, or just in general want to create your own custom scales out of basically a rough finish. Since I can get these scales to this point pretty quickly, which will make them more inexpensive, so just be a lot more affordable for you guys. But what do you guys think if I just do scales like this to this point where you guys can do your own thing to them? Please let me know down below what you guys think of that idea. And then also I will be finishing these sets. I plan on doing kind of a sharp angled, not texture, but just a very geometric shape to these scales. So I'll have these up soon as well. But again, just let me know down below what you guys think of that. But other than that, there are the different scales that are up on the site right now. As always, you guys, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate your support. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one.